These are the hidden costs buried inside every men's suit you buy. What you discover when you peel back the pricing will shock you. The fabric and labor that actually make your suit? They account for roughly 25 to 30% of what you pay. The rest is overhead, marketing, and margin. That $500 suit hanging in the department store probably cost $80 to $150 to manufacture. Your money is not going where you think it is. The global men's suit market hit $18.75 billion in 2025, and it is projected to reach nearly $28 billion by 2035. That's a lot of suits and a lot of markup. But here is what the industry does not want you to understand about where your money actually goes. Standard retail markup in the fashion industry runs 2.2 to 2.5 times the wholesale cost. Some conventional retailers mark up as high as 8 times the manufacturing cost. Think about that for a moment. You walk into a store and see a $400 suit, and assume you are paying for quality materials and craftsmanship. In reality, you might be paying $50 for the actual suit and $350 for everything else. Let me break down what everything else actually means. When brands like Indochino and SuitSupply sell you a suit, they are adding significant overhead to that base production cost. Physical showrooms in expensive retail locations cost money. Large marketing budgets to convince you their brand matters cost money. Corporate operations, executive salaries, and brand margin all cost money. Your suit may be made in China or Southeast Asia for that $80 to $150 to produce, but you are paying $450 to $800 after all the markups get layered on. The math is brutally simple. The retail price gets set at twice the wholesale price, and the wholesale price sits at twice the garment manufacturing cost. A shirt that costs $50 to produce gets sold to retailers for $100 wholesale, then retailed to customers for $200. The same formula applies to suits, just with bigger numbers. This explains why a custom suit for around $300 can be a serious deal, especially when you think about the cost of buying an off-the-rack suit and having it altered, which easily runs over $300. You are not paying for dramatically better materials at that price point. You are paying for fewer middlemen. But let us dig deeper into what actually makes a suit expensive, because the manufacturing cost is only part of the story. Now let's talk about construction methods, because they matter more than anything else, and this is where the real quality differences show up. At the bottom end, fast fashion suits use fused construction. This means the interfacing gets glued rather than stitched to the outer fabric. It is fast, it is cheap, and it does not require skilled labor. The adhesive can deteriorate over time, especially with dry cleaning and pressing, causing bubbling or delamination where the layers separate. Why does fused construction exist? When mass production became the name of the game, suit manufacturers started using this method to increase production capacity while keeping costs down. It is not just quick, it requires no skilled labor. Anyone can operate the machine that fuses layers together. Move up to half canvas construction, and you are looking at a different animal entirely. A half canvas suit has horsehair canvas sewn through the chest and lapels. It provides the beneficial foundation to the jacket, while being less heavy and less expensive than full canvas. This is your sweet spot for most buyers. Real construction quality without the premium price. Full canvas construction sits at the top. The entire front of the jacket has horsehair canvas sewn underneath the fabric. The canvas gives the jacket body and prevents sagging or deforming. Over time, the jacket actually conforms to your body, draping naturally as if it were part of you. This construction method requires skilled craftsmen and a significant time investment, whether you are choosing a notch lapel for business or a peak lapel for formal wear. When you are looking at a $1,000 suit, you will usually see half-canvased construction and finer worsted wool, like super 130s to 150s, which gives it a softer feel and better drape. To really get the most out of brands like SuitSupply, you are often looking at that $1,000 price point where the construction quality justifies the cost. But those super numbers on fabric labels? That is where the marketing gets tricky. Super numbers represent the fineness of the wool fiber used in the fabric. These super numbers apply specifically to merino wool, the primary wool used in fine suiting. The higher the number, super 100s, 120s, 150s, the finer and lighter the wool thread. A super 100 fabric contains merino wool fibers with a diameter of about 18.5 microns, while super 150 fabric uses fibers around 16 microns. The higher the number, the finer the wool, and the softer and smoother the fabric feels. Sounds impressive, right? Here is the catch. Any mill can slap a Super 200s label on a bolt of fabric and call it a day. Some mills even use the term for synthetics, Super 200s polyester blend. There is no enforcement, no certification, and plenty of marketing fluff. Mills like Vitale Barberis Canonico in Biella, Italy, have been weaving suit fabrics since 1663, and they understand that true quality comes from expertise, not just marketing numbers. More importantly, there is a durability trade-off that nobody talks about. A common misconception is that expensive suits last longer. That is not the case at all. While the construction will not bubble like a fused suit, the finer fabrics on luxury suits can actually wear out faster. A Super 160s suit drapes beautifully, but it might wrinkle more and be less durable. This is why many people reserve beautiful bespoke suits for special occasions. Industry experts recommend Super 100's worsted wool for regular wear. It is durable, slightly heavier, and built for everyday use. It holds shape well, resists wrinkling, and is ideal for people who move between meetings, commutes, and travel. For a regular work suit, many experts believe that Super 130s to 150s provides the perfect balance of durability, wearability, and luxury. The geographic economics of suit production reveal another layer of the pricing puzzle. The average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Hoi An, Vietnam, now known as a destination for custom tailoring, is around $300 to $400. In New York City, it is $3,500 or more. A tailor in Hoi An does not need to charge $2,000 per suit to make a good livelihood. A tailor in Manhattan does. This explains why production is so geographically concentrated. China led global production with 40 million ready-to-wear suits in 2023. India manufactured approximately 30 million suits, while Italy produced 12 million units. The labor cost differences are massive, and they flow directly through to your final price. Ready-to-wear suits account for about 64% of total units sold globally, while made-to-measure and bespoke options comprise the remaining 36%. This split tells you something important about where the market sees value. Most buyers are willing to accept some fit compromises to avoid the premium pricing of custom work. Understanding proper thigh tee means knowing details like the 6-inch drop between jacket and trouser size that creates the classic silhouette. The direct-to-consumer revolution has shaken up these traditional economics. Indochino was founded in 2007 as an exclusively online custom suit shop, and it did not open its first brick-and-mortar showroom until 2014. While their suits are produced in China to keep prices low, the brand is not Chinese-owned or operated. They are cutting out traditional retail markups by owning the entire customer relationship. SuitSupply followed a similar path. It was founded in 2000 by Dutch entrepreneur Fouke de Jong. He aimed to disrupt the traditional menswear model that privileged Italian and British haberdasheries by adopting a direct-to-consumer mindset. Both brands can offer better value because they are eliminating layers of markup between factory and customer. But what about the top end? What justifies paying $6,500 for a Savile Row suit? At Anderson & Shepherd, the average retail price for a two-piece bespoke suit is £6,500. The price does go up if anybody wants cashmere or vicuna or something like that, but the idea that Savile Row suits go much above that, you hear people talking about £10,000 and more, is a bit exaggerated. Around 80% of the bespoke suits they sell are priced near £6,500. Savile Row is renowned for producing the highest level of tailoring in the world, with every garment taking 60 to 80 hours of work by master tailors. Creating a fully bespoke suit typically involves 80 to 100 hours of work by skilled craftsmen at the top of their trade. They are not machine operators. They are artisans who have spent years perfecting techniques passed down through generations. The 2024 numbers show this market is thriving. At Huntsman & Sons, bespoke suits make up 84% of total turnover, with sales up 35% in revenue terms compared to 2019. Richard Anderson, an independent tailor at 13 Savile Row, reported orders for bespoke suits up 12% over the previous year, with turnover from bespoke suits reaching more than £1.5 million. The post-pandemic workplace shift has created interesting market dynamics. Demand for custom-fit suits grew 13% year over year from 2022 to 2024. With more professionals returning to offices, formal wear purchases rebounded 17% between 2022 and 2024. But the styles have evolved. Demand for relaxed fit and hybrid suit designs increased 47%, reflecting changing workplace dress culture. Technology is reshaping how suits get made and sold. In 2023, over 18 million suits were purchased through e-commerce platforms offering measurement-based customization, up from 11 million just 2 years earlier. Brands are utilizing AI-powered fit assistance and mobile scanning technology, now used in 29% of all online suit purchases. Return rates for suits decreased 11% in 2024 due to this tech adoption. About 30% of buyers now use virtual fitting tools, signaling accelerating digitalization within the market. This technology is helping bridge the gap between online convenience and in-person fit accuracy that has always been the challenge with suit buying. The environmental angle is becoming increasingly important. Eco-friendly collections expanded 35% in recent years, with nearly 40% of brands introducing biodegradable fabrics and low-impact dyeing techniques. This shift responds directly to consumer trends, and 43% of buyers now consider environmental impact in their purchase decisions. Sustainability is no longer a niche concern. It is shaping product lines and supplier choices. But here is the controversy that industry insiders debate. Is the antipathy toward fused construction overblown? One longtime suit wearer explains it this way. One of his first suits was a Calvin Klein suit he got from Macy's for $300. It was fused, and it was 100% wool. The fit was great. He got tons of compliments, and it lasted him about 5 years with at least twice-a-week wear. He had to throw it out, not because of fused construction, but because the wool was just wearing thin. This perspective challenges the conventional wisdom that fused suits are automatically inferior. The reality is more nuanced. Fused construction has improved significantly over the years, and for many buyers, the difference in daily wear experience may not justify the price jump to canvased construction. Fused construction is better than many people think. The color preferences reveal interesting consumer psychology. Navy suits dominate style preferences, comprising 35% of global sales. Gray tones follow at 28%, and black suits retain 15% of the market. Navy's dominance makes sense. It is the safest choice for professional wear, and it matches with almost any shirt and tie combination. The three-piece suit market tells another story. Valued at $4.1 billion in 2024, it represents tradition and formality in a world increasingly moving toward casual dress codes. Meanwhile, blazers account for $5.89 billion in the same year, showing how the definition of business attire continues to evolve. There is an old rule of thumb worth mentioning. 1 ounce of gold will buy 1 good suit, not 3 to 4 ounces, just 1. A Savile Row suit might cost 3 to 4 times that hypothetical good suit, but the traditional benchmark has always been 1 ounce of gold for 1 good suit. Given current gold prices, that puts a good suit somewhere in the $2,000 to $2,500 range. 1 ounce remains a useful mental benchmark for quality versus cost. The industry dirty secret is planned obsolescence in the fast fashion segment. Cheaper suits are often made with throwaway construction that encourages customers to replace their suits frequently rather than invest in quality pieces that stand the test of time. This serves the fast fashion business model perfectly, but it is expensive for consumers in the long run. Planned obsolescence drives repeat purchases at the cost of durability. Meanwhile, luxury tailoring supports skilled artisans, ethical labor practices, and eco-conscious production. When you buy a $6,500 Savile Row suit, you are not just buying fabric and construction, you are supporting a craft tradition and paying artisans who have spent years perfecting their skills. Savile Row represents craft, time, and human skill. The question every buyer faces is where their priorities lie. For most occasions, a well-tailored $200 suit can get the job done beautifully. The keyword is well-tailored. Even an inexpensive suit looks good when it fits properly. For regular professional wear, the $1,000 sweet spot with half-canvased construction and Super 130s fabric offers the best balance of quality and value. But if you want something truly special, if you want a suit that will literally mold to your body over time and last decades with proper care, you are looking at significantly more investment. The truth is, tailoring is far more important than the price tag, but construction quality and fabric choice do matter. What you are actually paying for in that $500 suit is mostly overhead, marketing, and retail markup. Understanding this does not mean the suit is worthless. It means you can make better decisions about where to spend your money. Whether you choose fast fashion, direct-to-consumer, or bespoke, at least now you know exactly what you are buying beyond just the fabric and stitching. The men's suit industry is more transparent than it has ever been, and that transparency gives you power as a consumer. Use it wisely.